Lawmakers say newly proposed national gun legislation to prevent future shootings may not have everything needed to curtail the crisis, but it is significant. One key issue being addressed is improving mental health problems. News 12's crime reporter Krista McNally spoke with experts on the gun safety legislation, and she's live with details. Krista.
Good evening. That's right. The framework has been laid for what the president is calling the most significant piece of gun legislation in decades, if passed. And now one issue that many Republicans and Democrats are agreeing on is more funding for mental health services. We spoke with an expert here at CN Counseling and Guidance Services who explains what this means for people nationally and right here at home on Long Island.
We need to really be vigilant in terms of taking care of people's mental health to make sure that individuals are safe and our community is safe.
Jeffrey Friedman, the CEO of CN Guidance and Counseling Services, says it is good to be opening up the conversation on mental health, while emphasizing that all people who are struggling with their mental health are not violent.
We are all struggling as a society with mental health. And whether it's in gun legislation or other legislation that comes down from Washington or New York State, it's important that we're addressing it.
Meanwhile, another expert we spoke with thinks more has to be done outside of mental health when it comes to gun legislation.
I think that in some ways this legislation creates a false sense of security for parents and for teachers and for students.
Colleen Merlot, the CEO of the Association for Mental Health and Wellness, feels like things such as raising the age to buy a firearm would have a much greater impact.
People with mental health concerns are 4% of the violence that happens in our society. So we're focusing on 4% of people when we really need to be looking broader in order to have an impact on gun safety.
The mental health issue has gained bipartisan support, with Democrat Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer calling it a good first step to ending the persistent inaction to the gun violence epidemic, and Republican Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell saying it makes significant headway on key issues like mental health and school safety, respects the Second Amendment, earns broad support in the Senate, and makes a difference for our country.
President Biden says there is no reason this shouldn't move through the House and Senate quickly. For now, we're in Hicksville. Krista McNally, News 12 Long Island.